Now we are going to talk about project and operation. So as a business analyst, you may have a lot of questions about what is project and also operation. And I have seen many people have a lot of doubt about whether a business analyst is going to work in a project and or he is going to work in operational activity. Now, my question, direct answer would be that a BA can perform both the activities. He can work in project also, he can work in operation also. Now, let me define the differences first of all. A project basically will have a start date and an end date. Okay. So a project will have specific deliverables. That these are the deliverables we are expecting out of this project. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And a project will have a specific number of team members in the project, that there is a developer, there is a business analyst, there is a designer, there is a project manager. So they are going to complete the project. Okay, and it will have, as I said before, that it will have specific start date and it will have a specific end date. A project can last for 1 month, it can last for 6 months, it can be for 5 years or 10 years. So it all depends on the requirement expected out of that project and the deliverables expected out of that project. So a business analyst can work in a project. So specifically, if there is any specific project and which is initiated for any particular objective, a business analyst is supposed to understand the project objective. He has to identify the requirements, he has to coordinate with the team members, and then finally come up with the solution along with the team members. So a BA can be part of a project. Now coming to the next topic, which is operation. A BA can be part of operational activities as well. Now let me define what is operation. Let's say a business analyst is working in an organization and the organization requires certain kind of process to be developed. Okay, and the business analyst is supposed to work into the investigation part. He has to investigate a lot of things and then come up with a solution for the same. Okay, and optional solutions also. For example, a business analyst who is working in a banking organization and the bank is actually looking for a new kind of process for their cash management. Okay, and the business analyst is supposed to gather the requirement and he has to first of all identify what are the challenges being faced in the cash department. He has to coordinate with multiple stakeholders to understand what are the typical challenges they are facing in the cash department. And from there, he will identify the business problems or the business needs. Okay, he will continue to do that, having discussions with multiple stakeholders. And then he will do certain kind of analysis also from his own perspective. And he can apply a lot of techniques which are defined in our course. He will get to understand about what are the techniques which are applied to understand the requirements and analyze the requirement. And finally, he will prepare certain kind of documentations, and those documentations are actually presented to the leadership. Okay, the project or the operational activities of business analyst will have certain kind of reporting managers whom the business analyst is going to present that this is what I have found out in the cash department, these are the challenges we are facing, and these are the probable solutions as per my analysis, and these are the process of implementing the solution. And business analyst will continue to do the same. So today he is working for this cash department, tomorrow he might be working for the risk department, and day after tomorrow he might be working for another department. So that is a continuous process for the business analyst, and he has to do that operational activity on a regular basis. But if I go back to my previous point, which was project, so a project will have specific, for example, you are going to develop a website. So in that case, you are restricted to that particular project only. So you gather the requirement for the project, you help the project team understand the requirement, you come up with the solution. That's it. So it is not, you are not going to develop a website every day, right? So a project will be ended by then and there. But when it comes to operation, it will continue to do the job, and business analyst has to continue to support that activity.